Today we dive in on the mindset shift from fear to faith. Fear is powerful. It can stop us from chasing our dreams, from taking risks, from living the life we're meant to live. But here's the truth: fear and faith can't live in the same space. Fear focuses on what can go wrong, but faith focuses on what can go right. Today on Daily Rise, we're talking about how to shift your mindset from fear to faith, because once you master this shift, nothing will be able to hold you back. Point 1. Understanding fear. Let's be real, fear is something we all face. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. And in many ways, fear is natural. It's your mind's way of trying to protect you. But here's the problem. Fear doesn't just protect us from danger. It also protects us from growth. Think about it: how many times have you held back from trying something new, not because you couldn't do it, but because you were afraid of what might happen? Fear creates a prison in our minds. It whispers, what if you fail? What if people laugh? What if you're not enough? And when we listen to those voices, we shrink our lives to fit inside our comfort zone. But comfort zones never lead to breakthroughs. Point 2. What faith really means. Now, let's flip the script. What does it mean to live with faith? Faith is not about ignoring reality or pretending everything is easy. Faith is believing that even when the outcome is uncertain, you have what it takes to move forward. Faith says, what if it works out better than I imagined? Faith says, even if I fail, I'll learn, I'll grow, and I'll rise again. Think about some of the greatest stories of success. They're all fueled by faith. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter was rejected by 12 publishers. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company before coming back stronger. They could have lived in fear, but they chose faith, and faith led them to greatness. Point 3. How to shift from fear to faith. Okay, so how do we actually shift our mindset? Here are some powerful steps. 1. Acknowledge your fear. Don't deny it. Say it out loud. I'm afraid of failing. I'm afraid of being judged. Once you name it, fear loses part of its power. 2. Reframe the fear. Instead of asking, what if I fail? Ask, what if I succeed? Instead of, what if they laugh? Ask, what if they cheer? Train your mind to look at possibility, not just danger. 3. Remember past victories. Think about a time you were scared but pushed through and it worked out. That's proof that fear isn't the end. You've done it before, you can do it again. 4. Strengthen your faith daily. Faith is like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it gets. Read uplifting books, meditate, pray, speak affirmations, surround yourself with people who lift you higher. 5. Take small steps forward. Faith doesn't mean jumping off a cliff blindly. It means taking one step at a time, even when you can't see the whole path. Small steps done consistently turn into giant leaps over time. Point 4. The reward of choosing faith. When you choose faith over fear, your world expands. Suddenly, opportunities you never imagined start appearing. You build confidence. You inspire others. And most importantly, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than you think. Fear shrinks your future, but faith multiplies it. Faith gives you courage. Faith unlocks doors. Faith allows you to live boldly, not timidly. Closing inspiration. So here's my challenge for you today. When fear whispers in your ear, choose to answer with faith. Because fear says, what if you can't? But faith says, what if you can? Fear looks at obstacles, but faith looks at possibilities. And when you start living from faith instead of fear, you'll discover that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. This is your time to rise. Believe it, step into it, and live it. Thanks for watching.